So this is the Traxxas Maxx V2. I'm running it on a 6,700 milliamp hour 4S Traxxas battery. And it has the extended chassis and the Y Max kit pre-installed. And I'm gonna drive it in the grass on a hill. This might be part of my sledge tire from last time. It's not from the Max, I don't think, though. That's what the tires did. Create like some ruts. So here's a size comparison. So this is a Traxxas Sledge Max version 2, and there's a Arma Big Rock 3S. Big Rock's tires are almost about the same, but they're narrower and a little bit shorter. So this one is probably the most stable one of all of these, and probably the fastest one. And this one, I've had one of these before. I had a version 1, so this is probably the most durable one. So here's them both, the Big Rock and the Max with the bodies off. Yeah, so the Max has a fan and a heat sink on it, and so does the Big Rock. And the Max has the these huge metal shocks, and the Big Rock has plastic shocks. And the Max has a huge servo, and the Big Rock probably has like a medium servo. But this servo is actually really good. It turns like really well, and it's extremely fast, and it's a good servo. It's just the Max one's just bigger. They both have wheelie bars, and the Big Rock one is a lot stiffer, and the Max one is like more flexible. So yeah, so on the Big Rock it has these adjustable turnbuckles, and the Max doesn't. They're composite, which makes them like probably more durable. So the Max has a clip-in battery compartment, and the Big Rock has these straps, which is more secure, but it's not as fast to work with. But you can fit more types of batteries in there. So the Big Rock, it doesn't come stock with this connector. You have to solder it on. So I can run this on Traxxas batteries because of this connector. If you compare this to the Sledge has a metal chassis, which might be better for racing, and this one has a plastic chassis, which is better for dashing. So the Sledge is 6S and takes two 3S batteries that are I'm using the 5,000 milliamp hour ones, and this one takes one 4S battery. This one has a much bigger motor than the Max does, and the Sledge does not come stock with a fan, so you might have to get one if you're running it in the summer a lot. The Max has a fan on the motor and the ESC, and this one just has a fan on the ESC. For the body systems, I definitely prefer the Sledge's body system because it goes on there a lot easier, and it stays on there better. With the Max, you have to hook it right here, like push it on, and then you have to lift this up, and then like that. It has a lot of air control when it jumps. Oops. There's a nice soft landing in the grass. If you jump on the concrete, it's fine, but the chassis will slap, and eventually it will eat through the plastic and start damaging the screws. Right here, if you jump on the concrete a lot, eventually it'll start damaging these screws, and it'll be really hard to even get them out. my car did. Put a hole in there. So my final thoughts are that it's extremely fast and it hasn't broken anything yet, and it's kind of heavy, but it's probably due to how much plastic's on there. It's not as heavy as a sledge though, and it jumps really well and has good air control. It's a really good car.